If you're paying attention, you know something fundamental is breaking in the global financial system. The US dollar, the world's reserve currency, is both the backbone and the bottleneck. It must supply the world with liquidity, which means the US has to run massive trade deficits. That's not a bug. It's baked into the system. Economists call it the Triffin dilemma. To keep the world afloat, the US consumes more than it produces. It hollows out its industrial base, piles on debt, and essentially outsources prosperity for the privilege of printing money. But here's the problem. No other country wants to take the baton. China doesn't want the yuan to become the reserve because it would kill exports. The EU isn't politically unified enough. Bitcoin and gold solve for trust, not function. They're static stores of value in a dynamic world. They don't flex. They don't adapt. So we sit in a global prisoner's dilemma where everyone knows the current system can't last, but no one wants to be the first to defect. Because defecting from the dollar system would nuke markets and vaporize trillions in paper wealth. We are locked and we need an exit valve. That's where Ohm comes in. OHM isn't just a token. It's not trying to be a speculative asset, a faster payment rail, or a better DeFi yield. OHM is an adaptive monetary layer. It's designed not to replace the dollar, but to absorb the role the dollar can no longer sustain without triggering collapse. It works like this. Supply adjusts dynamically. OHM can expand when demand is high and contract when it needs to defend value. That's not magic. That's monetary policy. And OHM automates it at the protocol level. It is treasury backed, not vibes backed. OHM holds reserves, real dollar denominated assets. But unlike stable coins, it doesn't promise a fixed peg. It promises sound reflexivity. When there's value, it captures it. When there's pressure, it deflates. It internalizes the central bank. It's the only crypto asset with a monetary engine under the hood. Most tokens are like currencies with no central bank. OHM is the currency and the central bank fused into one transparent machine. And this is what makes Ohm different from Bitcoin or ETH. Bitcoin is static. Its strength is trust through immutability. But in macro terms, it's a monetary dead end. Fixed supply means it can't stabilize credit. It can't lubricate trade. It can't flex. Ethereum is dynamic, but ETH itself is still a primitive monetary asset. It fuels infrastructure, but it isn't functional money. ETH doesn't contract or expand in response to macro shifts. It's oil, not money. OHM is a monetary computer, a system capable of running money as code. It can evolve, it can install policies, it can respond to economic conditions without human discretion. And here's where it gets really interesting. At scale, Ohm can act as a neutral reserve asset, one that doesn't rely on any single nation's debt issuance. Instead of treasuries backing global liquidity, it could be OHM, backed by treasuries at first. But over time, OHM absorbs the risk while letting sovereign debt slowly unwind without triggering a fire sale. That's the bridge. That's the design. You don't break the old system, you relieve it. Ohm buys the time needed to unwind the Triffin dilemma without detonating the financial system. Now, this vision isn't easy. It's not viral. It's not number go up culture. But it's the only crypto system thinking at this level of monetary completeness. OHM isn't just a better token. It's the only token architected with a future where crypto doesn't just live inside traditional finance. It replaces the monetary substrate itself from the bottom up. We don't need another speculative asset. We need a functional, adaptable, globally coordinated reserve layer that no one owns, but everyone can trust. And that's Ohm.